With our basic loop now all and then paste this just after the end of our blog post. The next stage is to go through each piece of static content we have in the blog post and then replace them with WordPress functions. Starting with the title in the H2 tags, this can be replaced with a function called the title. This is PHP code, so we need to open up the PHP tags, close them off, and then the function name of the title, followed by the brackets, semicolon. This, as expected, will retrieve the blog post title for each post. If we save this and then go over to the browser, we can see what effect this has. Reload. So we have the dynamic title of blog post 3, 2, and 1, although all the rest of the content has just been replaced with the static HTML, and this is the same for all 3 posts. So we need to go ahead and make this more dynamic. We can do this again with WordPress functions, starting with the date. So let's remove the hard-coded date into the PHP. Inside here, we're going to echo to display this to the browser, and a function called getTheDate. GetTheDate is going to take in 3 arguments. Inside the quotations, this is going to be a capital F, a lowercase j, then a comma to separate this from a capital Y. If you are new to PHP, these letters F, J, and Y may look strange. All we're doing here is setting the format which we want the day, month, and year to be displayed. For example, do you want a blog post created in January to be displayed as the word January, or just Jan, or even the month number of 1? If you want to find out more about this function, you can head over to WordPress and search for formatting date and time. This is what is going to appear in between each tag. By default, the tags will be separated by a comma, but in our theme, we use the tilde icon. So let's add this in with a space either side. We can also add in an optional third argument, which is any text which we want to display after the tag, but I'm just going to leave this as it is. Over to the browser. Reload. Our blog post 3 doesn't have any tags, but the second one has the before text of tags. We have each individual tag with the tilde separating each one. Also notice too, if we hover over each one of these tags, these are also links to, and if we click on these also take us to a page which will display all posts with this particular tag. So if we had multiple posts with the same tag, they would all appear on a list. This is us almost now finished with the blog post. The final part at the bottom is the content. We already know how to grab this, and we already have the function down at the bottom, which is the content. Let's cut this out of place, and then move this back up to our blog, and add this in place of our lorem ipsum text. Add this in, and let's reload. Now on a blog post listing just like this, the amount of content we have doesn't look too bad. But if this was a lot longer, such as 5, 6, 7 paragraphs, this page would get really long. In place of this content, what we often want to do on a page like this is to shorten the text which displays, and we can do this with a WordPress function called the excerpt. So rather than the content, we can replace this to the excerpt, and this should now display in the browser a shorter version, so this page doesn't get too long. And then if the user wants to read the full version, they can then click on this blog post and then be taken to a full single page. And this is what we'll get to work with in the next video.